Hi, it's the 29th of January, and after a short break in December, we are back with our monthly tax updates. Our 5-minute tax update for this month will cover local developments of December 2020 and January 2021. Let's have a closer look at these developments. During December, an amending law was published in the Gazette with respect to Article 821 of the Income Tax Law. Based on this article, the lower of €8,550 and 20% of the remuneration from employment exercised in Cyprus by an individual, subject to certain conditions, may be exempt from income tax. This applies to individuals who were resident outside Cyprus the tax year before the year of commencement of their employment. According to the amendment, the exemption applies for a 5-year period and is available to qualifying individuals commencing employment between 2012 and 2025. It is clarified that the exemption is provided in the first 5 years that follow the year of commencement of employment. The amendment is in line with the continued efforts of the Cyprus government to make Cyprus attractive for foreign investors in setting up substance in Cyprus by making Cyprus attractive for those expatriates looking to relocate. An amending capital gains tax law was also published in the same month, which amends the article on the exemption from capital gains tax with the addition of a gift made from a foster parent to a foster child. This is more of a correction to the law in ensuring the equal treatment of foster children. Our next development relates to the Cyprus Notional Interest Deduction, the NID regime. According to the conclusions of the EU Code of Conduct Group, the regime was assessed as not harmful since its introduction back in January 2015. As a background, the group requires EU member states to refrain from introducing any new harmful tax measures and amend any laws or practices that are deemed to be harmful in respect of the principles set by the group. Cyprus's NID regime has been confirmed as not creating harmful tax practices. Moving on to a significant development, Cyprus has recently proceeded with the full transposition of the 4th European Anti-Money Laundering Directive into domestic law. Subsequently, this has activated the implementation of the Ultimate Beneficial Owner, the UBO register, of companies and other legal entities in Cyprus. The competent authority for the maintenance of this register is the Registrar of Companies, who has announced that the data collection for companies will begin on the 22nd of February. From this date, all companies will be granted a period of 6 months for registration of the relevant information of their UBOs. What is important to note is that access to the current intermediary system is only available to competent authorities upon request to the registrar. Therefore, the UBO information to be entered into the intermediary system shall not be publicly available. Companies are invited to start collecting the relevant information and to contact our Deloitte team for assistance. Lastly, a quick update on the 6th Council Directive on Administrative Cooperation in the field of taxation, commonly known as DAC 6. The Tax Department has announced that the platform for the submission of the DAC 6 reports is now open in the Ariadne portal, where intermediaries and taxpayers can register. It is reminded that the directive has not yet been transposed into the Cyprus legislation, and therefore the submission of the information can only be made on a voluntary basis until it becomes mandatory with the adoption of the law, which is expected to be voted any day now. We will close off today's tax update with a brief reminder of the upcoming deadlines for January and February 2021. The 30th of January is the Tax 6 reporting deadline for reportable cross-border arrangements undertaken between 1 July 2020 and 31 December 2020. The 31st of January is the deadline for the submission of the deemed dividend distribution declaration for the tax year 2018. It is also the deadline for the payment of the second installment of the 2020 provisional tax without incurring any interest, and the last day for filing of the CBC reports for 2019 and the CBC notifications for 2020. Moving on to the deadline for February, 20th of February is the deadline for the submission of revised tax returns for tax years up to 2015. Finally, the 28th of February is the deadline for submitting objections on assessments issued in December 2020. As a reminder, although the normal deadline for submitting an objection of an assessment is the end of the month following the month in which it was issued, for December, the law allows an additional month for submitting an objection. Finally, we would like to inform you that in early January, Deloitte published its 2021 Tax Facts Guide, which is available in both the Greek and English languages. As you already know, our tax guide has proven to be a useful tool for businesses and individuals who wish to have complete, valid, and updated information on the Cyprus tax system. The electronic version can be found on the Deloitte Cyprus website. This concludes our tax update for this month. Thank you for watching.